If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Trippie Redd just released a track list for his new album, Musik. Maybe you've seen this on social media already. Today, we're going to take a dive into the track list and let's see which one of the leaks that we got that I went over in the other video that I dropped a couple of days ago actually ended up being on here, and if that was true. So let's jump straight into this. First of all, real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 20 seconds into the future. You can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week. And also follow me on TikTok. I just made it and I'm posting daily, so make sure to not miss out on that. Let's get into the info. So we had 10 tracks that were leaked off of Musik, or MM, whatever he wants to call that, and we went over those in the last video that I dropped on this. Those included, for example, memorably also, stuff like Swag Like Ohio with Lil B. We also had a Juice WRLD posthumous verse on there. We also, for example, had a Ski Mask track on there, which I was pretty excited about. Toilet Water, that was the name of that, but we never actually got the entire track list. And in that video I said that if 10 tracks leaked, I don't think that the entire track list will be much longer. I was completely wrong, bro. We're gonna take a look at what he posted, because he went on social media to post the actual track list, and here's what he said. So he went on Twitter to say, "Musik, comment hashtag MM 80,000 times if you want the cover and release date." So I better get busy under that post and, comment hashtag Musik. And he said, "I love you all and thanks for your patience. Go. Executive produced by Chief Keef." So we know that this thing is being executive produced by Chief Keef, which is pretty cool. I don't think that that will have any direct correlation to what's going on in the album. A lot of the times the executive producer is not someone that has that big of an impact, and I know you're going to disagree with me, but always when you see people being like, "Oh, this is executive produced by this guy," you expect way more than actually ends up happening. But I don't know, Chief Keef is someone that I could see pulling some strings behind the scenes, but we got to take a look at the actual track list, because as y'all could already see, it's quite a lot of tracks. So this is it. This is the entire track list. It's 25 songs. It's fucking 25 songs. It is completely loaded, and almost every track has a feature. And I've seen a lot of people on social media already complain about this, because having a feature on almost every track is not always a good sign when it comes to an artist trying to put out a project that is timeless, that stands on itself, that people recognize as the sound of that artist, whatever. So I don't see this as that good of a sign. But let's go through this. We're going to start out with a track titled Musik, kind of the intro to this whole thing, I guess. And then we immediately jump into the Atlantis track that we already got as a snippet and as a leak, which was the one featuring Chief Keef, that I'm actually pretty excited about, because that was the only one that I heard. I'm not a big leak guy, y'all know that, but that was the only one that I heard the snippet of, and I was actually fucking with that quite a bit. So I'm really excited for the Chief Keef one. Next up, we got a track called Psycho. Now this might be the one that we previously called Dumb, but don't take my word for that. It's likely going to be that one though, because it does have the Future feature, although we do have another Future feature on here as well, which is already the next track called Fully Loaded with Future and Lil Baby. So that one's going to be heavy Atlanta, trio on there. But I'm pretty excited about that. Y'all know I'm a big Lil Baby guy, so I mean the last album, It's Only Me, wasn't that great, but I like the dude and I'm looking forward to this track. Then we got the Juice WRLD feature, so the one that we thought was called Crawling in My Skin, that's going to be called Night Crawler, which I think is just, that's just the title of it, but the hook in itself is called Crawling in My Skin. That's why the leak was named in that way as well. Then we have Van Helsing as the next track, as a solo track. The first one, except for the intro, that's going to be a solo track. And let me tell you something, if the first track, the intro track, is just like a 30-second track, I'm going to be mad, bro. The next one's called Dark Brotherhood with only Lil Baby, so maybe this is the one that we previously thought was going to be called Titan. I haven't listened to this. If you have, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about that one. But we got that single Lil Baby feature in here as well. Then we have Free Rio as the 8th track, and then we got the Travis Scott feature, the one that people were pretty much, we knew that this was coming. I go over all the evidence on that. He shared a couple of Insta DMs between him and Travis on his story a couple of weeks ago, and this was basically confirmed. It wasn't a part of that leak of the leaks of the group of songs that leaked, but he did preview it recently in a story. So it's going to be called Crazy Train with Travis Scott. I'm excited about that. We're going to see where this goes. Next up, we got a song called Muscles with Lil Durk. This might be the one that was was previously called Red Nerds in the Leaks. As always, let me know if you've listened to the song and you have some type of opinion on this. Then we have a Nardo Wake feature on Goodfellas. That one could be pretty hard. Nardo always comes through on features. Then a Kodak feature, Killionaire. Now, Kodak was also not in the original Leak group, so this one we might be in for some. Then we got High Hopes with Big 30. This one could be pretty cool too. Haven't heard from Big 30 in a while though, but you know, him being from the South as well, that could be pretty cool. Then we have a Lucky feature, and a lot of people are excited about the Lucky feature because, you know, Trippie and Lucky going together. I see a lot of Lucky hype as well. I see him, you know, saw him posting some worrying stuff on social media, so I hope Lucky's doing well, and I pray for that dude. But it's called Die Die. I'm really hyped for that song. That could be pretty hype. Then we got the track Who Else with Rich the Kid. That was also previously called Who Else in the Leak, so that is very likely going to be that one. Rich the Kid trying to reinvent himself over the past couple of months a little bit, so maybe we're in for something here. Then we got the Summers track that we thought was going to be called, oh, it's actually called Biggest Bird. Never mind, we knew that this was going to be called Biggest Bird. So I'm really hyped for that. Having Summers on this project together with like Lucky, and I mean, those are probably the two that are like the dopest. Then we got called Hideout with Fiji Macintosh. Now let me know about Fiji Macintosh. I don't know, man. I don't know. You gotta put me on him. Then Witchcraft with Rallo Rodriguez. Rallo also someone that's been coming up a little bit more and like breaking through a little bit into, you know, into some editorial playlists and stuff like that. So he's really been on the come up, part of the 4PF crew, obviously. So I'm hyped for that one too. Then we got the Toilet Water track with Ski Mask. This one's gonna be dope. I mean, what other artist could name a track Toilet Water other than Ski Mask? Like, that is, I'm really hyped for this one. I love Ski Mask, and he's likely also dropping this year, so I'm excited for that. Then we got G Herbo on a feature called Pure, and then Chief Keef again on a track called Rock Out. So obviously him also executive producing this track. Likely that's also why he's, you know, represented on here twice. Then we got Armageddon with Rob 49. Again, we also heard the track Armageddon in the leaks, and it was called Armageddon, so that was pretty safe. Then a DaBaby feature. Who cares about the DaBaby anymore? I thought after that last album, Baby on Baby 2, he was kind of done with, but he's on here again with the track called None. And we get into the dope stuff. We got Swag Like Ohio, but part 2 this time, but obviously with Lil B. So this one's gonna be the fan favorite, bro. This one's gonna be dope. I'm excited for this one. Let me know if you're excited too. And a second Kodak feature on Colors. So these are all the tracks that we got on the track list, and kind of looking over the track list of the leaks that we had, all of them are represented on here. So that's pretty much confirmed that those tracks are going to be on the album. Now, he did say that he'll post the cover art and the release date if you know, blow up his post, so make sure to do that. I also need a comment on there, even though I always think that's such a cheap marketing trick, but it always works for some reason. But I'm also pretty worried that this is such a long track list and that he has a feature on almost every track. I mean, let me look at it again. Hold up. How many songs do we have with no feature? The first one, Van Helsing, Free Rio, that's it. 3 songs out of 25 don't have a feature. We're in for something. I don't know. It could be the greatest compilation album of all time, or it could be completely trash because, you know, Trippie's aura doesn't really come through on this one. We're gonna wait and see. A Love Letter to You 5 is still coming out later on this year, likely, and this thing probably dropping early February is my guess. But as he said, you know, you'll need to blow up his post to get the release date. Let me know what you think about this though. Are you excited for Mansion Music MM whenever it's coming out? Let me know all your thoughts on the track list, on everything about this album, all your thoughts and theories on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.